Hi, hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of unique home decor or just love a good DIY project, this video is definitely for you. We're diving into the world of creative pillows with a project that's so cool, it might just hand you the title of Interior Designer of the Year. Literally. I'm going to attempt to recreate the House of Hands pillow, a fun, funky design that is guaranteed to transform any space from ordinary to extraordinary. I saw this beaut floating around my Pinterest feed and thought, I could make that, and probably give myself a couple of hand cramps in the process. But no worries, we will power through this together and it'll be worth it. Grab your scissors, a couple yards of your favorite fabric, and a snack because we're about to get hands-on with it. Whether you're a DIY expert or just pretty sure scissors are sharp, no worries, I promise you I will make this as easy as I can. So let's handle this project together and create something that'll make your sofa look like it just hired a stylist. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and let's get started. First and foremost, let's set up the projector. I picked up this trick from tufting and I haven't been able to stop doing it since. Creating a pattern for sewing projects is 1,000 times easier when you can just pull up the image of what you want to make and trace it directly onto a piece of paper. Since there is no information on how big these pillows are on the House of Hands website, I'm just going to give it an educated guess. Let's try hugging it. It seems a little big. Reducing the size a bit, let's try using a real pillow as reference. Okay, yeah, that looks legit. Gonna tape some wrapping paper onto the wall, then trace it out. Cut it, then make sure the proportions are right. Honestly, it's looking a bit too big, but I already put the projector away and I'm too lazy to set it up again, so this is the size we're going with. This is a project that's too large for my table, so I'm wiping the floor clean before laying out the fabric. I have about 3 yards of this velvet, so that's how long this pillow is going to be. Trace out the hand on one end, flip it, then trace it out on the other end. Then connect the two hands with a straight line. I don't want to draw this whole thing out again, so I'm gonna fold the fabric in half like so, then pin it together, before cutting it out with about 1/2 inch seam allowance all around. Take it to the machine and stitch the whole thing down, leaving an opening in the middle to bag it out. I ended up with a 13-inch opening, which is perfect because we need the extra room for when we stuff this baddie. Once it's stuffed, I'll be stitching this part shut from the good side of the fabric, meaning I won't be able to see the stitch lines. So to remedy that, I'm adding a basting stitch to mark where I need to sew. I bought this fabric for around $3 Canadian a yard. I think it was discounted mainly due to the fact that it had a giant tear in the middle of it. So I'm just gonna take some time to patch it up. I'm showing you this to remind you that just because your fabric isn't perfect, it doesn't mean you can't make something great with it. Damaged goods just means it needs a little extra love and care. The fabric is still totally usable. Next up, cut off all that excess seam allowance. Add some slits, especially around the curves. This will allow for a more accurate shape when bagged out. Turn the whole thing inside out, then start stuffing it. The stuffing I'm using here is from an old couch we had in the basement, so I can't tell you exactly how many pounds of this I ended up using for this project. All I know is that I used up a whole garbage bag worth of it. Stuffing is a long and tedious process, so I'm going to continue this off camera as well as hand stitching the opening closed. So let's move on to the jewelry. Looking at the House of Hands website, I see that they like to go with gold rings and bracelets, but I don't think gold would pair very well with the fabric that I've chosen. I'm going for alien space vibes, so in perfect UFO fashion, I'm gonna make some silver bling. I have a scrap piece I think would be perfect for this project. It's really old, so it is pilling quite a bit, but I wanna give it its last chance at life before tossing it out, so we're gonna give this bad boy a shot. I did not store this properly at all, which is why it's covered in wrinkles, so I'm gonna try and iron it flat. Okay, it kinda works. Maybe not. It's definitely melting it. Okay, well, at least I tried, okay? I tried. Stuffing it will end up taking a bunch of the wrinkles out, so this really shouldn't matter. Measuring around the finger, that's about 8 inches. Then around the wrist is about 20 inches. So to account for the stuffing, let's add a couple inches to the final measurement. I ended up cutting out 2 rectangles. Gonna put the measurements right up here for you to screenshot. If you're unsure about the length, just cut out a longer strip. You can always cut it down to size if it's too big. Once you've got your pieces, fold each rectangle in half and sew them straight on the machine, creating tubes. Bag them out, then stuff them. Wrap them around wherever you want them to go, then pin and stitch them in place. Okay, we're almost there. All that's left to do are the nails. Since each finger is a different size, I measured each one to give it a custom nail size. Keep in mind, we'll be folding in the seam allowance all around, so don't make them too small. They should look something like this after pressing in this seam allowance. Pin them in place, then just stitch them on however way you'd like. I'm going with a slip stitch because that's what I feel like doing. Then bam, we're done. The comfiest pillow I ever did lay on. It's like a big warm hug. It definitely doesn't match our living room couch, but it matches me and that's all that matters. I was skeptical at first, but I absolutely love how it turned out bigger than the original. There's just more to love. So yeah, this goes without saying, but I give this recreation attempt a 10 out of 10 because it turned out better than I imagined. I truly would not change a thing. Wait, no, I lied. I would definitely change a thing and it would be the bling. I would love to be able to swap them out, like have them match my outfit or mood for the day. All you'd need to do is like add some Velcro or snaps to the end of the tubes, you know? Heck, maybe you could even swap out the nails. Not sure how comfy it would be to lean on though. Imagine your sweater getting stuck on all that Velcro. I don't know, I just think it'll be fun to change up the pillow's look every now and again, keep it fresh, like a cute little makeover. That way your pillow never gets boring and you'd always have something new to look at when you get tired of it. So, I don't know, just a suggestion. After watching me do all of this and you're thinking, ugh, this DIY just isn't for me, but you still want the pillow, no worries. Head on over to the House of Hands website, link in the description where you can purchase one of these from the original creator. Don't forget to give me a big old thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more weird and wonderful DIYs. Bye!